Hello. She's at it again. Okay. So, good morning. Y'all know these videos are coming from inspiration mainly. Okay. And not a new concept, just feeling inspired by doing what is right, what is good, okay, what is good for the body, and definitely right for the soul. All right. So, good morning. I'm Dr. B. I'm Miss B. I'm Brandy. I'm just here. I'm just a mom. I'm just a wife. I'm just a friend. I'm just a sister. I'm a medical provider. I'm just a woman who just wants to be living her best life, okay? And I want other people to be living their best lives, okay? So it is Veterans Day. And as I prepared to do this, I need y'all to know there's some preparation that goes on behind the scenes that I'm not a strong preparer kind of person on certain things. Some things I just definitely just be like, oh, let me just do this. But this morning, I really took time to just kind of prepare and to do some things from that perspective because I really honor and love what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And the one thing that came to my mind was the fact that this is a shared space. Like, this is my home. And luckily, Mark is away for right now, but he may come in at any point in time because me thinking about doing this video came a little bit later in my morning routine. And I'm like, okay, and it's already 11 o'clock. So she working against the clock over here. The good thing is that I like things quick and simple. So hello, nutritious, quick, simple, and easy cleanup because I do everything in front of my dishwasher or with the, I got to be able to throw stuff in the dishwasher and kitchen is clean all at the same time. Okay, so that's my mission. That's my vision of everything. Like, I shouldn't have to tear my kitchen up just to kind of make a healthy meal. I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. So what am I cooking today? So I'm on the phone with my favorite sister and she was chewing in my ear, girl, I'm eating this waffle. It's got apples and I don't even know what all she had said. And I was like, wait a minute, I got some waffle mix. You be listening to people and you be like, wait a minute, I can do that too. I got that too. So that's where my inspiration came from. So we're going to make a protein waffle, a protein power morning waffle while it's still morning because I got like 50 minutes left in my morning and I'm going to be eating this waffle before my morning is over, okay? Now, y'all know that I had said previously in a video that pumpkin spice is my thing, right? It is my thing. It is my thing. I just thought about it. I didn't take the pumpkin spice out. Ooh-wee. Don't worry. She keep her pumpkin spice close to her because I put this in my coffee and other things. And I just thought about it that I didn't take my vanilla out, but that's okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be making a waffle that is full of protein. I had one recipe. Now this is my own recipe and I'm gonna give y'all some measuring things to work with. She been working and typing. That's why I was saying, like, this thing turned into something a little more serious for me because I am very intentional about my health. Let me just be, I intentionally do right and I intentionally do wrong sometimes, okay? But for more often than not, I intentionally do right. And being in the wellness space, being in the medical space as a primary care provider and women's health provider, that I am what people see first and foremost. So you got to be able to kind of be walking the walk and talking the talk. We understand the beauticians sometimes that be like, is your hair really like that? But I don't expect people to be on all the time. We get that. But there should be definitely a way of, this should be a way of life. Like, we're not looking for perfection, but we're just looking for consistency. And so that's what made me say, let me at least give some of the measuring things here. So I got my notes on my laptop over here, so you're going to be seeing me kind of reference some things even though it's off screen, but just know that that's what I'm looking at, and this comes from my own heart to yours, okay? All right, so y'all, I don't really know the place that I got this from, some Christmas marketplace that's here, and all I saw was pumpkin spice, so I knew I was going to get it anyway. So, and this is my favorite pancake and waffle mix, pumpkin spice, okay? And then my best friend got me on the Kodiak protein oats, and I'm like, okay, because I really want to have as much nutrition in what I'm doing. And so that's one takeaway, that when you eat food, it should be as dense. You want something dense. That's why processed foods and quick serving foods may not always be the most healthiest, because they are full of other nutrients that are detrimental and harmful to the body. Okay, so if you're going to eat something, you want to be able to get more bang out of your buck. And so protein in oats works really good. Okay, so these are, and y'all, I even got my Black Girl, where is it at? My Black Girl Vitamin Collagen. Let me flip it around so you can see my label. So the collagen and peptide, because I'm 47. I don't look it. You ain't even got to tell me. I already know that. Okay, so I know what I want the 50-year-old Brandy to look like. Okay, and so 47-year-old Brandy, 40 Brandy, she was doing something, but she was slipping a little bit. But in the years come, definitely become more intentional. We say it that word, okay? I even have some flaxseed and some chia seeds. I forgot to put that in my recipe. I'll go back and add it. I don't know, but just know that I got some flax seeds in here and some chia seeds that I'm just gonna throw in here. I forgot to type that in my recipe, okay? I may tell chat to just add that I put that in there too, all right? So we're going, and I got some omega-3s trail mix. And so what I like about this is that it is organic. So it's organic walnuts, organic dried sweetened cranberries. And that does have sugar, but that's okay. It's organic, which means it doesn't have all the pesticide and chemicals and things with it, okay? Let's see here, organic expeller pressed sunflower seed oil. Okay, and that was from the cranberries, okay? Let's see here, organic pumpkin seed, organic pecans, and organic cashews. So if you have a nut allergy, this is not for you. Nut allergies are very serious, okay? So if you have a nut allergy, some people be playing around with that stuff. Don't do that. There's also some soy in here. There could be, this thing here does disclaim that if you have a soy allergy, you may not be able to eat that. So people read labels. That's basically what I'm saying. I got my almond breeze. Child, I'm just throwing stuff all over the place. This is my soy milk, my almond milk, excuse me. And I got apples in there. And I had already chopped it up in my food chopper. And so I took those omega-3s and I chopped them up into the food chopper as well. So do we have everything? Oh, I got some yogurt. Now, this is where I had changed some things at. Where's my vanilla? Here you are right there. So I was going to use some coffee mate creamer, the cinnamon and vanilla, because I have creamer, coffee to go with my creamer, basically. That's how I drink my coffee in the morning time. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could pour that in there and that's gonna be so good. And no, we made some nutritional changes, because again, this is for our good, our long-term good. And so I decided that no, I'm just gonna use my low-fat yogurt. And I'm going to add my own vanilla and add my own pumpkin spice. I knew I was going to do that. And I got my cinnamon over here too, because she be putting cinnamon in her coffee too. And I got some mint. That's not for this day, but and cinnamon. All right. So we know what so we're going to talk a little more about what these things do. So this should take 10 minutes. I've been talking for 8 minutes already. So let me get on point. Okay. So I'm going to do 1/4 cup of the oats. Okay. We're going to do 1/4 cup of this pancake mix. Let me throw that on in there. Okay. Now, because I'm adding my collagen, the serving size on here is about one scoop, and I don't know how many, it's 10 grams. So I have put this in my coffee. I don't put it in everything that I cook. And here's another message: out of sight is out of mind. So this was in my storage cabinet, in my little coffee cream, all that kind of stuff. So some days I forget to use this. Let me turn around so you can see the thing. Some days I forget to use this, but y'all put stuff where you can find it, because that's the only way it's going to be helpful. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to give that a quick little mix. Okay. So that's what we consider our dry mix. Okay. Now again, I ain't nobody's chef, so don't be thinking she done learned a new skill overnight. All right, so what we did that. Now we're gonna add our power ingredients. Okay, so that's my apples. I'm gonna just add this whole thing in there. Okay, so this right here was really one medium apple already cut up. Okay, well, I ate a few pieces. I used the apple core, cut those into the slices, and then I put it in my chopper. So, and this here is my omega-3s, so I'm just gonna dump that on in here. There you go. That's it. All right, let me make sure I got everything out of there. That's it. All right, I still got a little bit left in there. Let me get my there. All right, there we go. And what we gonna do? Guess where it's going? Right here on into the. I don't even play this game because I want this. There we go. All right, I'm mixing that up now. So guess what that adds? So apples are more or less a prebiotic, y'all. So that's what helps. So you need to know the difference between prebiotic and probiotic. Probiotics, we know, are what helps with the place and give healthy digestive bacteria into the body. That's probiotics, okay? But prebiotics is what helps to fuel the health of those probiotics, okay? So prebiotics is what helps to make sure your probiotics is working right. Your good bacteria has enough nutrients to do what it needs to do. That is operating in a healthy environment, okay? So in this, the prebiotic, something that I need to help fuel the current functioning of my gut bacteria, is the apple. The apple has carotene in it, it has fiber in it, it has other antioxidants in it. So, oh, and this is what the apple had looked like. So, let me keep prebioticing. This is good, but it's also a natural sweetener. So, that was the other thing that I liked, that I wanted the sweetness without so much of the negative carb content on this, okay? That apple good. Ooh. So this one thing I forgot to add in there. But I'm gonna sprinkle my flax seeds and my chia seeds in here. So I don't know how much I did, probably 1/4 teaspoon or something like that. All right, it said now I'm supposed to add all my. Let me finish adding it. Am I putting still put, oh, this I can sprinkle in my pumpkin spice. I'm gonna be heavy because it's my pancake. Okay. Well, it's mine's and Mark. Mark don't know he gonna be eating this, but he gonna be eating it when he get in. All right, so y'all look, I went through this thing quickly, okay, because it goes in my coffee, it goes in everything. So that adds that warmth. It's 40 degrees outside. That adds that warmth that I like. And I smell it already. Ooh, somebody call the Lord, honey. Y'all, and let me tell you something. If y'all don't say y'all grade so stuff before you eat it, now I ain't trying to get in your business or whatnot, but you gotta make sure your food works for you. That was the cinnamon. Don't play with me. Do not play with this little girl right here, honey, because this right here, now, that thing smells good automatically by itself. Now, what we gonna do? We're gonna do a 4th cup. Now I can come ahead and put my dry stuff up. That's gonna go back in the cabinet with my top for them. See, and I'm gonna rinse this off before I go sticking in this thing now. I said I was gonna do a 1/2 cup. That's a 1/3. Where my 1/2 cup in at? I don't see my 1/2 cup. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna put a whole cup in there. Okay. So I'm already changing stuff up even on myself. All right. So, and I think the reason why I said that is because I'm seeing how when I add the nuts and stuff in here, I want this thing to be able to cook well. All right. It's gonna be a lumpy pancake. So I probably should put all them nuts in here. That means eating that big old chunk of an apple. Y'all, that got all kinds of flavor in it. I definitely get my pumpkin spice out of it. I probably didn't really need to add extra pumpkin spice because it's already in the mix. But that's what I wanted to do, okay? So, Now, there we go. So we got that, and I'm gonna add the yogurt. So now the yogurt is your probiotics, okay? So that was 1/4 cup. See, I was almost about to add a little more in there, but I'm just gonna let that be enough right there by itself. Do I need anything else? Nope. And so this goes down in here, and this goes on down in here too. There you go. And so that adds the probiotics. It's got calcium in it, okay? So calcium, what else is in this? Here we go. We got calcium, we got vitamin A, we got vitamin E, we got phosphorus, we got magnesium. So this is a plant-based milk substitute. So for people who wants to use dairy, that's your business. Read the ingredients on there. But as for me and my house, this is what we got. Okay. So so there's some vitamin D in here. So it's not as much vitamin D in here because it's not fortified with it. Normally you see that most milk is calcium and vitamin D fortified, meaning it was added into it, okay? So the other nutrients that's in here, iron, potassium, vitamin A, vitamin E, phosphorus, okay? Magnesium and calcium. So those are things that help with circulation, they help with bone health, they help with brain health, muscle, okay? Because you got, so yes, so again, what I say, the whole point of this was that I need something that's got a lot of nutrients in it that we can enjoy, and we're gonna be full for a long time on this because this fiber in here gonna be fibering, okay? It's gonna get in there, and it gives you what's called early satiety or prolonged satiety, meaning you stay full longer. So that's one of the concepts behind the GLP-1s. That's your injectables, okay? That's your Wegovy, which is semaglutide. That is your Zepbound, which Mounjaro, okay? So you got your combination there. Tirzepatide is Zepbound, and then Mounjaro is a combination with combination injection, but I'm not going to go into all of that. But there are people who are using those that I do find them to be beneficial. I prescribe them for patients, but they have to come with a lot of education. What I am finding though is a lot of people are not doing anything, meaning you hadn't even walked around the block yet, and then you want to start on the medications. There really needs to be some type of structured already relationship with exercise to understand just what your body is going to be going through, okay? And so as I'm working with clients and patients with that, one of the young ladies said to me, she said, I was not prepared for how tired I was going to be once I started on this injection, because she went from working out 5-6 days a week. She's eating about 14 to 1,500 calories, and she started on the injections, and guess what happened? Her appetite was significantly decreased. So she was tired, so she didn't have the energy. She wasn't having the caloric intake, and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm tired. I'm used to having more energy than this. And I was like, yes. So we did talk about a few steps. We did try to prepare for that. But the reality was she had to live it. And so it was definitely a change for her, okay? So it's worth having that conversation. All right, this is my vanilla. All right, we're going to add just a smidgen. All right, that really would have been 1/4 teaspoon or something other like that. All right, so I'm gonna stir this on up. And I done put everything in here. Now, I didn't use any sweeteners or no sugar or anything like that, because most of the time your mix already has some stuff like that. Let me just see how this gonna taste. I put too much pumpkin spice in here. I need to offset this in some way, some shape, some form, some fashion. So I just need to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to add something in there. What am I gonna do? So I have, what we're gonna do different. I have, is it up there? I have some artificial sweeteners up there. Y'all know what? Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something different, because I want my, oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. Because what she got? Pumpkin spice maple syrup. So that's what it's gonna be for me, okay? So, because normally I like people my pancake to be just as sweet, or my waffle to be just as sweet as my syrup. she changing, she doing better from that. All right, so let's get this stuff turned on. And I got my little waffle iron, so we do things and we try to watch our portion sizes. Okay, open up. There we go. And I got some olive oil spray, so we're gonna let that get hot. So that's what that's gonna do. I didn't have it on during this time because I didn't know how long I was gonna be talking. Plus, I probably should have had it on, and then that would have made me talk faster and got done with this, okay? Put this up, and we cleans up. Put you on back over here, and this goes back in the cabinet. Where did I get this from? Oh, right. All right, it's all clean. Refrigerator. There we go. Woo, child, thank you, Lord. I don't like to be doing all this cooking and then everything's still on the counters and stuff. That's too much cleanup and stuff to do. All right, it's getting hot. So we're gonna spray this on here. Now you can do this in your skillet on the stove. You can do it on the griddle. I'm gonna do mine right here. Here we go. And let's just pour it on in here, okay? Now I'm gonna try not to fill it up too much because you know when you, here we go. All right, let's see how this gonna turn out. We doing this together, y'all. We gonna see if this the concept is there. So I may have to play around with this. We just gonna see. All right, so let me tell you what the nutritional content was while that's doing that. All right, I done logged out of this. I haven't been over here talking so much. And that's gonna do that for about maybe 5 or 6 minutes. So we're gonna see. And I probably need my little, I'm gonna use this to get it out of there, okay? All right, so now let me remind you. So, all right, so we use what? The pumpkin spice, which has beta carotene in it. That's good. That's an antioxidant, so that's really good for that. It's good for the immune system. And I learned that it's also good for skin support. So it's good for that radiant skin that we're looking for. And so we talked about my warming spices with my pumpkin spice that's already in there, right? And cinnamon as well. And even vanilla has a warming characteristic to it as well. They also help regulate your blood sugar, all right? Next, we have the Kodiak proteins. It's a protein oats. We know that that has fiber. What does it say here? It has beta-glucan fiber. It helps to keep the cholesterol under control and adds to early satiety. Okay, keep on cooking. I'm sorry, you keep doing your thing. And it helps to regulate your blood sugar, okay? So it's functional fuel, so it stays in there long enough that this kind of giving you that's why it's good for morning time, all right? And so it really adds to the jump starting your day, okay? So the apple, we talked about the apple being a prebiotic, okay? So it helps to fuel the function and the presence of probiotic, which is the active living cultures and bacteria that's in your gut to aid in digestion. You got to have that. You know, that's who's doing the work of breaking down the foods that we eat so that it can now be, we can now utilize the nutritional content from those foods, okay? All right, so the omega-3s, so that was the walnuts, that was the cranberries, that was the pecans, that was, what else we had in there? The pumpkin seeds and the cashews, okay? So that's where additional zinc, magnesium, which we saw magnesium was in my plant-based because there's almonds in that. So is healthy fats as well. And healthy fat is good for brain function, muscle function, bone, and so hormonal regulation, mood regulation, energy regulation as well. So now the unsweetened vanilla milk, I read all the nutritional contents off of there, so lots of vitamins that's in there, all right? And then let's see here, and then by the fact that I used the yogurt, that's what added the probiotics for our meal, okay? All right, let's see here. All right, it's still cooking. Let me see, let me just leave it like that. Let me make sure it ain't too wet. So how many minutes we at with this thing cooking? I didn't look at my timer on here. Like I said, it's probably gonna be about 5. It hadn't been 5 minutes anyway. All right. So I originally started this with 410 calories. Now, mind you, I added what did I add? I added the flaxseed and I added the flaxseed and chia seed. So that could have added a little. That would have added a little more calorie to it, but definitely healthy fats to it. Okay, and fiber. And then let's see here. We have. Let me go back. I want to read this. All right, so my total calories would have been about, let me see, let me tell it to add 1 teaspoon of flax seeds, FLAX seeds, and chia seeds to recipe. All right, let me see what it's gonna tell me. We're gonna do this right. All right, all right, y'all. Now it did take my calories up, okay? So now we have 410 calories. We're at 22 grams of protein. We were at 20 before I had put the flax seeds in there, okay? And then my total fat went from 14 to 15, so that's the healthy fat, all right? That's not a bad fat. And then my carbohydrates is still about 47 grams. The fiber went from 7 to 9 grams just by adding that 1 teaspoon. All right, let's see here. I think the apples might have made this too wet. Okay, we're gonna keep on going. We're gonna let that keep going. All right, and then let's see, my sugars actually dropped from 11 to 10. Calcium went up to 290 milligrams. My omega-3s are still at about 2.2 grams. No, it doubled. Excuse me. My omega-3s doubled. I had 1.2 milligrams in there. Now it's at 2.2. And then I added a little more iron to it as well. And then, of course, it picks up the fact that the prebiotics are in there as well. Okay. So I'm also wondering if I should have done this in, the only reason why I did this in the little waffle strip ones was because I wanted us to be able to pick it up and do it that way. Sometimes eating the waffle as a whole, sometimes for us it makes it look like it's bigger than what it is, but I like picking up my food and such, so I think I may just do the rest of this. Okay, let's see here. I don't like how this turned out in here because that's still too goopy. All right, so what are our learning lessons from this, okay? I don't like how that turned out, okay? What is we gonna do? Oh, you know what I need to do? Probably add more of the waffle mix. Let's see if that's gonna work, okay? I gotta clean this up. Okay, so we're gonna add more of the waffle mix in here. So you know what we're finna do? We're gonna unplug this right here right quick. And, cause that's just gonna, let me see how that's still, it's still cooking nonetheless, but yeah, that didn't, I don't think I put enough waffle mix in that, okay? So we gonna add another thing of waffle mix to this. Oh. Because normally it'd be calling for 1 cup. So the only reason why I have it is because I put the pancake, the oats in there. But we probably still need to do. So we finna wash this off down the sink, and we gonna. This is fun, okay? So and who? Guess what? She okay with this? All right, this thing hot. I'm gonna set you over here. Let me scoot you on over here, and then we're gonna move this like this. Like on my handle. All right, we got it. All right. There we go. All right, she washing this on out. I told y'all I like easy cleanup. Now, this can't get no easier than this. Yep. Thank you, Lord. I like how that went. Alright, and we're going to make sure all that's all cleaned out of there. The good thing about that, this thing really does clean out pretty easily. Only problem is it's hot. Okay. Y'all ought to see me making a mess over here. Well, it ain't a mess. Like, this thing is kind of like a little baby that just won't be still. That keeps turning while you're trying to change their diaper. right, I think we good. I feel pretty good about what I'm looking at here. I'll turn the garbage disposal on when we're done. That's it. All right, there we go. Ta-da! Well, Lord Jesus, you are so good. I don't play about my Lord, and he sure don't play about me. There you go. All right, we're gonna put some more mix in this thing, okay? That's what we need to do, because that right there is too wet, okay? And we still got all this over here. That's all heating up and whatnot. And let me get my little, let me go back right here. We're gonna get this out and we're gonna rinse this off. Oh, now, this is too funny. I don't want this to be wet when I reach it in there, because then that's gonna... All right, there we go. Y'all know what? This is real life right here, okay? This is real life right here. What should have been 10 minutes. This video already 30 minutes long, but I ain't gonna lie, 10 minutes was me running my mouth, okay? So I don't feel bad about that part there, okay? I don't feel bad. So now, here we go. Now we're gonna stir this on up, and then we're gonna see how this gonna work. And I got a mind to do this on the stove versus in this right here, okay? I really do. But there's a part of me that is just curious as I don't know what. So guess what she's gonna do? I'm finna spray this on here again. We're gonna try this one more time. One more again, as they say, okay? Let's see, all right. And I'm gonna put less into it, all right? We're gonna do it that way. That's one thing. Here we go. So it's really like a spoonful into each one. There we go. Move you on over. And let me put a spoonful right here. All right, so don't fill it up, Brandy, okay? All right, let's see if that's gonna work for it, okay? All right, Lords, do your thing. Put you back right there, and now I can put this back in here. That's gonna be ready. All right, let's tell it that we had to add more, we had to add more mix to it, okay? So let's do this. All right, let's see what it's gonna do. Cause I mean, if you're eating like some people are eating somewhere less than 1,200 calories a day for weight loss. Okay, depending on just your typical plan. Most people are going to be eating somewhere between at least 1,200, maybe 1,400 calories a day. Okay. No, excuse me, 1,000 to 1,400 calories a day. And if you're eating less than 1,000 calories a day, like you should be definitely on a medical management plan. Like someone needs to be working with you for that. Okay, that's a significant. That's some of that Dr. Now stuff, right? He be having his people on, like that's you on a medical management. Your reason for losing weight is completely different than just, I want to fit into something, I'm trying to just get healthy. Like your health is you're already demonstrating and living in the daily symptoms and complications associated with obesity, associated with already diagnosed health issues. So that's completely different, okay? So if you're eating less than 1,000 calories a day, someone needs to be working with you. Like that is a significant stress to the system, to your body's metabolism, and someone needs to be working with you. That's all I'm gonna say with that, okay? All right, so let's see if this even moving in. Ah! We added a couple. That thing look good. Look at Jesus. Won't you do it, Jesus? If the Lord has made you whole, you ought to what? Tell it. He's been good to me. I gotta tell it. Hey, come on. I don't even know how to word. He made a way out of no way. I got to tell it. Yes. I know God is able. I'm gonna tell it. Oh, I'll tell it everywhere. Jesus blesses me to go. What? That's that youth choir coming out of me. El Bethel Baptist Church, Meridian, Mississippi, all day long, okay? Even the mass choir. Yes, okay. Child, y'all, wait a minute. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Yeah. Ah, look at that. And it's still cooking. Let me just, oh, child, get the thing out of there, Brandon. All right, let me see. Well, I need a toothpick. Where my toothpicks at? Toothpicks, where you at? Child, but I need a toothpick. I don't know, but that's all right. You can get this fork right here. Let me make sure you ain't got no dough on here. All right, that's all right. Let's do. Where my plate at? We cooking the rest of this, okay? And then why Mark be like, girl, what is you in there doing? Don't worry about all that. All right. And that cooked up pretty good. Okay, come on out of here, child. It ain't hot. Okay, we just finna do this way, cause you burn my finger. All right, come on up out of here. All right, let me see. Let's see, did that cook all the way through? It looked like it did. All right, let's see here. Now that can cook a little longer, but everything I put in there, I think. This gonna be on here. This is good. This is very, very good. Thank you, mighty God. Uh-oh, another song in my head. What a mighty God we serve. Mm-hmm. Yes. Let me do the rest of this. There go my cranberry. Spray. Plate, move over. Don't play with a determined woman. You hear me? Don't y'all play with me. All right, so what we learned, we needed the whole thing of mix in there, number one. Number two, we needed to, here we go. I need to have done 4 instead of the 3. All right. There we go. All right, y'all done seen how this turned out, okay? So we done. Ooh, Lord, we way past all our time on this, okay? But that's all right. We lived, we learned it, and let me just. This just me sampling, right? That looks good. And the next batch gonna be even better. I got this from Aldi. Don't play. Now sometimes people eat meat with their breakfast with them. I ain't no lie. The girl gonna have some bacon this morning, okay? She gonna have her some bacon, and that's gonna be my own peaceful moment. Me and my coffee, my bacon, my waffle. I may even do me up an egg. I don't know, but what I do know, this right here, this worked, okay? Many blessings. Thank y'all for us just figuring this thing out. And now I know, okay? We live, we learn, and we love together. All right, y'all be blessed. Take care.